Morning, everyone. So today is baby corn snake feeding. I've got a few of those still left that I need to feed, and we're going to, if I can get my finger in the shot, that rack. I'm going to show you some basics as far as ordering and building to make it work for the tubs that I suggested. Very simple, should be pretty quick. Let's get to work. Alright, everyone. This guy is an Extreme Reverse Okeetee. He was given to us by someone that is getting out of the hobby. He's a boy. Now, he is big enough that he really doesn't care about hiding so much anymore. So I'm going to put him in his new place of residence, and we're going to see if he'll eat for us. And I would bet money he will. On to the project. Alright everyone, let's talk this expandable snake rack. I disassembled mine a little bit just to go through this and show. This is 4-inch THG heat tape from Reptile Basics. You can also get the name brand heat tape. I actually have some. It works just fine either way. The key to heat tape is having a thermostat. It is the most important thing you can do. Now, assembling this heat rack, there are some caveats and some things you need to know for protection. If you're not comfortable with electronics and electricity, you should probably buy enough heat tape to have one continuous string from the beginning to the end, so that you only have the plug at the end and that's it. If you are more confident in your abilities to connect and protect yourself from shorts and prevent fires from occurring, because it can cause fires. If there's a short, it can cause this to overheat and or trip a breaker, catch your rack on fire, catch your thermostat on fire. It can be dangerous. I personally, in this instance, have this particular rack set up to where I can actually remove or disconnect sections, which has made life easy for this demonstration. Now, that being said, per level of this rack, you need at least 5 feet because it's sold by the foot, and this piece here is roughly 4 foot 5 inches long. You can leave it 5 feet with no issues whatsoever. It just hangs over a little bit further down below, doesn't hurt a thing. If you want to string it from top to bottom, you should look into 6 feet, and that's because it's roughly 9 inches. And whenever you place your order, if you're doing the entire rack, I would add an extra foot just to cover. But the way this goes together, and it's really not that difficult. You come in from below, jump 2, go through, jump 2, come back up. Excuse the wobbly hand nature here. Alright, and now, as you see, we're pulling through. We get to about the middle. We're going to go under 2 and back up. We're going to pull through again. We're getting close to the end here. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to go under and back up. If I can do this one-handed. There we go. Then we're going to go down. And with the lengths that I've presented here, it leaves you enough slack to have your connections be below the level of this bar, which helps to prevent shorts. And then I personally pull this all the way to the back. The center just helps to keep everything in a straight line, because when you only have the 2 ends to hold things, it doesn't it likes to move in the center. So that is how I place this tape. And I actually have an idea, now that it's currently politics season. Once that's over, I have an idea to recycle the signs and actually protect the heat tape, because currently I use the aluminum foil tape on the front side, so that way when you push tanks in, it doesn't catch right here, and it helps to hold it in place. I'll show that being placed shortly. I can't do it with the camera in my hand. And then we will go to placing this onto the rack itself. Be right back. Alright, so placing this tape is actually very simple. Roughly measure out the full length of the tape. You can do it in sections if you so choose. The hardest part of this is actually getting the tape off of the backing. There we go. And that is all it takes to have this ready to go. Now your tubs will slide on. Obviously your fingers will catch, but the tubs will slide on, slide off, and not injure the heat tape. Alright, let's get this thing put back together. Now probably the most important thing for this rack is spacing, because if the spacing isn't correct, you won't get 9 levels of tubs out of this. So the way to measure this for these tubs, and all of the blue handles like this, sometimes they're seasonally colored differently like red, but all of the handles like this fit the same because they're all the same height, is you come here, and on the bottom row you start as low as you possibly can, and you count from above here, and you count 1, 2, 3. This counts as only 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And on these wedge holders, there's a small ring on the inside, and you use that ring, and again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can even see the dust ring above it. We're going to put that in. We're going to put it high, and we're going to slide it down into position 8. And the other other 3 are already done because this is a previously built rack. We'll take the other side because the 2 of them only go together one way. We'll just clip that in, and now we'll put this level back on. Alright guys, it is that easy to set up a rack. Now in the extremes both ways, this can hold 3 to 4, it is 3, of the 15 quart tubs. It can hold 2 of the 32 quart tubs. It can hold 5 of the 7 quart tubs, and any combination thereof in between. It can hold one per level of the 52-quart hefty tubs. In an extreme for babies, this rack can actually hold, if you move the heat tape to the center, this rack can hold 14 meal prep containers with babies on it per level. That is a lot. This is an extremely versatile rack that can cover a lot of needs. The only requirement is the space for the shelf itself. Have a good one, everyone.